Whoever I am talking to, you have gone without for far too long. It's like it's giving me, hey, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. It's time to eat. It's like pull a chair up to the function. Pull a chair up to the table, because the table has been set for you to be able to feast, for you to be able to enjoy, for you to be able to celebrate, baby. I don't know who you are, but when I tell you, it is your season of true abundance. Many of you all have been manifesting real abundance. I mean, abundance of prosperity, of thriving, of riches, of wealth, of opportunities, of the mindset, of course, because it all begins in the mind, right? Of socializing, of friendships, of whatever. It is an abundance of all good things. Never shall you have to toil and labor as hard as you have had to toil and labor in the past. Baby, you've planted all your seeds. You've done all the necessary work that has been required for you to take care of your field. You have taken care of your field. And now the fruits of your plants, of the trees that you have planted, your flowers are blooming, my dear one. And when I tell you, everything has naturally occurred for you to be able to reap your harvest. This is your harvest season. This is the time where you get to literally go and pick out the fruit and just graze in your garden, is what I am hearing. You get to graze in your garden. You get to be able to taste. I grew some really, really, really good grapes. I grew some really, really, really good strawberries. I grew some really, really, really good greens. I grew some really, really, really good onions, or whatever you have been growing, metaphorically, right? Maybe some of y'all literally have gardens as well. But whatever seeds you have been planting, the seeds of prosperity, the seeds of friendship, the seeds of good relationships, the seeds of financial prosperity, of seeing your bank account go up and up and up, I am here to tell you, just like when you're planting fruits and vegetables and trees and flowers, it has the gestation period. First, you got to plant the seed. And then you got to nurture the seed. You got to make sure it's being planted in the right soil. You got to make sure that it has the right amount of sunlight, that it has the right amount of water. You really have to take care and nurture the plants that you are growing, just like a baby. You have to tend to its needs. It's very, very sensitive. And a lot of times it can take a very long time before you even see anything sprout, because guess what? Underneath that dirt, what you can't see is that it's taking root. It has to grow downward before it can grow upward. Did y'all catch that? The seed has to grow downward before it can grow upward. So there's so much work that has been being done with the seeds that you have been planted. The seeds that you have been planting has been taking root. It has been getting secure. It has been getting firm to make sure that it is planted well and that it produces the fruit that it is required to that it's required to produce based on the type of seed that was planted. So you may feel like it has been taking years. For some of you, months. But who I'm talking to, it has taken years. When you hear other people speak and they say, oh, you've been going through it for the past few weeks. You've been going through it for the past few months. You're like, this ain't for me, because I've been in it for some years. What you talking about? Oh, the past few weeks have been a little off. Like, what type of life y'all got? Because it's been some years. And Spirit is saying you weren't able to relate because the seeds and the fruits that you are planting, the trees, the garden that you are growing, is way bigger than so many other people. And that's why the table that has been set for you, the feast that you are eating off of, is much bigger and has much more range and has many more options than what you'll see as for your peers that are around you. So many people are going to want to know, how did you do it? How did you come up out of the situation? Because the last time I looked in your yard, because best believing, they peeping and they watching. Last time I looked over in your yard, you didn't have nothing. They didn't know you had seed in the ground. Say it with me. I got seed in the ground. They didn't know you had seed in the ground, baby. That's what they get for peeping over in your backyard. Because, baby, that seed was taking root. And then the seed has sprouted. And they had to go through that process. And then even after the seed, it buds and it has its, it has the stems and everything else. And it can form the branches. Let's say if you were planting a fruit tree. It's going to take root downward. Then it's going to create the bark and it's going to create the limbs. But you still, even though it has the bark and it's really, really tall and it has all these branches on it, you like, well, dang, where's the fruit? The fruit still has to be, the fruit is the very last thing to be produced. And then the fruit still has to get to a stage to where it's ripe and where it's ready for picking. Everything that you have been putting time, energy, and effort for, it has just been in the natural process, the natural growth process. You have been in the natural growth process. Your mind has been being reset and renewed to match the seeds that you are receiving. Oop. Spirit is telling me the version of you that planted the seed is not the same version of you that watered and nurtured the seed, and is not the same version of you that is picking the fruits off of the tree or the flowers out of the ground, whatever you want to say it. And it's not the same version that gets to pull up to the table, have your apron around your neck and your knife and your fork in your hand, and be served to be able to eat off of all the hard work that you put in. They're all different versions. And you're going to look back as you're sitting at that table, feasting off of the good work that you were able to produce. And you'll be like, damn, I remember it was years ago when I planted that seed. Man, I looked like this. My hair was like this. I used to talk like this. I used to hang around these people. I used to do this, that, and the third. And then after I planted the seed, it was like, okay, I had to let a few people go. Because I had to make time to be able to nurture it. I had to make time to be able to fill up the water jug to be able to come out and water my plants or whatever, get the hose or whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying? To be able to water, I had to make time. So I had to, remove some people from my life. I cut my hair in between time. I had to, just the different versions of you. You're going to look back to say, I was a completely different person. I dressed different at this stage. And now the person that is here eating at the table, look at me now. I'm getting paper, period. Everybody gonna say, oh, they came up. Oh, that one right there, yeah, they came up. Yeah, I watched them. I saw them put that seed in the ground. You will have some people, there's some people that literally saw you put the seed in the ground. And they were silently watching you. You have certain people that may have been rooting for you behind the scenes and you have no clue, and maybe you'll never know. But I am here to tell you that the seed that you have planted is here for you to be able to eat off of, for you to benefit off of. And there are so many people certain people saw you at certain stages is what I'm getting. There's a lot of people that will be able to see you feasting at your table, but some people saw you put the seed in the ground. Some people only came in your life or began watching you, or whatever the case is, when you started watering it, people came into your life at different phases. These could be co-workers, old friends, old people off the block, people you went to school with, exes, right? Ex-friends, whatever. Old family members that you still connect with to this day, and they didn't even know what you had going on, or some of them did in so many different situations, right? But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, everybody go see you eat. And some people gonna be able to vouch for you, be like, yeah. I remember when they was doing this. Dang, I remember when they was doing this. They was talking like this, and like, dang, I would have never thought the version of them that planted the seed would be the version that I'm looking at now. Because many of you guys have transformed and look completely different, because the process has changed you for the better. And so now, baby, it's time for you to get your knife and fork, baby. It's time to eat. It's time to grub, baby. It's time for you to enjoy. And you won't ever have to go back, because guess what? Now that you've planted the seeds and it's come up, it's easier this time. It's just going to kind of replant itself. It gets easier and easier and easier because you have the experience as well. But the natural process is already taking form. The tree doesn't have to become the tree again each season. Only thing it has to do now is just bear the fruit and be what it's supposed to be. So you will always have fruit. You will never go back to the barren stage to where you have to start all over again and plant seeds, unless there's new seeds that you want to plant. But you're planting new seeds from a more comfortable and abundant place. All of this relates to you coming out of a state of a lack, a state of poverty, a state of being hidden. Many of you all have been hidden, not seen. You all thought that you were forgotten about. Like, dang, the universe just dropped me off and didn't come back. You feel me? And it's like the universe like, no, I know exactly where you at. I know exactly what I'm doing with you. The universe ain't forgot about you, because I know the plans I have for you. Again, that's why you're prospering. Some of you guys will touch so much money in this season of your life that you're just going to be so amazed. You never thought possible. Some of you guys are going to be in rooms and in places that you never thought possible. Some of you guys are going to be doing things and reaching certain success that you never thought possible. I'm hearing some of you guys are going to be on magazines. It's giving me photo shoots. So some of you guys are, I don't know if you guys are being featured in a magazine or something like that, or if that's your dream, or this is the fruit of the labor that you've been putting in. Maybe some of you guys are like, it's giving me a fashion artist, or you make clothes or something like that, and it's like your work is being seen. Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's a door of abundance that is here for you, which means opportunities. And when I said door, I heard knock. People are about to be busting down your door. They about to be knocking on your door like, let me in now. Let me in now. They want to get in. They want to see what's at your table. Nah, you didn't put in on this, man. You feel me? Be careful who comes into your life and the reason that they come into your life. But you have a lot of people that's knocking on your door because they want to work with you. So be careful who's knocking on your door. Because there's going to be people that's knocking on your door because they want to work with you. You need to vet everybody, right? But also, there's people that's going to knock on your door because they want to just pick the fruit off of the tree that you had to experience long suffering for. You telling me I went through all of this long suffering for you to just come eat off my table? Nah, that ain't how that work. So watch out and be careful. Some people may want to try to associate their name and make it synonymous with your name. Oh, remember when I helped you way back when? Oh, so you only helped me because of that? You feel me? If you feel called to, say, hey, I remember, buddy, old pal, you helped me with such and such. Hey, let me break you off a little something. You have every right to do so. But no one gets to eat off of you because you put in that work. And Spirit may have sent people along your path to help you during certain times. That's between them and Spirit. You don't owe anybody nothing. But if you choose to, you can choose to do what you want to do because it's your feast. It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Dun, 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 dun. Period. You can do whatever you want to do because it's your party, baby. But I am here to tell you, congratulations, because it's time for you to eat. It's time for you to reap the harvest, reap the reward for your long suffering, for all of the confusion you've had to experience, for all of just everything you've gone through. But it is your turn now to be able to graze in your garden and to be able to lack no more, to be able to never have to see the older versions of you ever again. You won't ever be going backwards. Those versions of you got you to where you are at this point. And now the version of you that you are now, remember this version as well, because you will continue to grow. You're going to also transform from the version that you are now. You're only going to keep getting better and better and better. But from this point, checkmate, you will never go backwards again. You've made it to a certain point. The tree is here. The fruit is here. The table has been prepared. It's literally time to get your knife and fork and eat. And some of you all may not believe it's happening for you because you've been long suffering for so long. But that's why Spirit got me doing this video, to convince you to keep going. I don't know how much longer you may have in your journey, but I am here to tell you, you will see the results of all the hard work that you have put in. So do not give up now, because it's literally time. It's giving me, don't give up when you're at the finish line. Don't give up. You know how they say it's like the worst stuff starts to happen right before, like, you reach your big moment. Well, that's why you're feeling as you're like, man, I'm over this. I don't want to try no more. And Spirit is saying, keep going. Because literally, it's like, where's my thing? Dinner's ready. Dinner's ready. Time to eat. Time to eat. It's time to eat. It's like, come to the table ready to eat. Ready to enjoy the meal that Spirit. It's kind of like being able to see your own work. Get ready for it because it's here for you right now. So stay encouraged and keep your faith and trust and know that, yeah, I put in the work. I'm expecting to see the results of my labor. I'm expecting to eat all this good food because I know the seeds I planted and I trust that I get to eat off my own harvest. So these are your messages. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. You all can connect with me one-on-one down below in the description bar, and I will see you all in the next one. I am Motivational Speaker, LATRICE. Peace.